Welcome to another edition of the Black Male Podcast. I am your host, AP. Today I'm coming to you with another episode. Today's episode is going to be on the topic of music. Music has played a pivotal point in all of our lives. Music is something that has inspired us, it's given us hope, it's given us strength. It has helped us through some very traumatic and triumphant times in our lives, but we don't really understand or know the root of music, why music was created, what it can do for us as a people, right? As human beings. So we're going to tap into that today. We're going to talk about some other things, but we want to get to the root and the story of this thing called music. Now, music, as I said before, has helped us throughout many phases of our lives. If you think about back in a time where you were very young and the first time you heard a beat or you heard some type of melody or something like that, it caught your attention because it tapped into your soul, right? Your soul was infuriated with a fever of this song, this melody, this chord, this music. And what it has done is it has shaped your listening pattern for the rest of your life. Now, part of that is when you have someone that has introduced you to that particular type of music, and I won't just say genre, but a particular type of music, what it has done is it has further expounded your taste and your grasp of music as a whole. So a lot of people will look into the music that they listen to today and a lot of music that's out today and not know there's a root to a lot of the music that they have. So a lot of times back in the 90s, you want to think about there was a lot of a thing called sampling. So sampling music to make hip hop records. So a lot of those sampled songs came from older generation songs that people grew up listening to from an older person from the previous generation, like an aunt or an uncle or a grandfather or a grandmother. And that has been passed down to them from that generation. See, real music and good music transcends all time and it transcends culture. Music just doesn't belong to one particular culture, one particular race, one particular entity. Music belongs to all of us. And it doesn't matter where that music comes, where it comes from. It doesn't matter where that music started. It is something that can captivate everyone because all it takes is a good song, a good melody, or a good chord, and you're hooked. You are hooked. So we're going to tap into that, okay? I'm going to give you the quick definition of what the dictionary says music is, and we're going to run from that, okay? So music is generally defined as an art form involving the organization of sounds in time to create some combination of form, harmony, melody, and or rhythm. It is a universal cultural element found in all societies and is highly versatile with medium for expressing human creativity. Music can also be created and performed through various means, including using human voices, which is singing, musical instruments, and even through mechanical or electrical means such as digital audio workstation. And a lot of people know that as auto-tuning, right? So let's jump into that. Where were you when you first found out that music was impactful in your life? Where were you when you first understood and knew that music had a hold on you as it does everyone else? Music is something that will never be defeated because it helps us when we are struggling. It helps us when we are trying to go through something. It also molds us and inspires us to do something greater than we want to do. When we want to achieve something, it gives us a sense of self. Sometimes it helps us through our darkest times. It helps us through a lot of things. Music is a very powerful tool. Sometimes people use that to deal with some of the things that they're dealing with. So if you're going through something at this point in time, right? Like you go through a death, you go through depression, you're going through something with someone that you're dealing with, or there's something that you want to achieve. You have a go-to song, you have a go-to playlist, you have a go-to anything. And what it's going to do is going to trigger certain emotions and feelings attached to that. Now, the reason why it grabs you like it does is because the storyteller has done a great job of writing their feelings and sometimes their experiences because it's going to help you and shape you in the experiences that you're having right now. You can think about your favorite singer, your favorite rap, your favorite, anything, even if it's just jazz, anything. What it's going to do is it's going to captivate you in a way because it's going to open up your mind. It's going to free some of those emotions that you're feeling, but it's also going to put you in a place where you can either deal with something or you're going to move forward and grasp what you need to grasp. I love music. If I can say one thing, music is one thing in all my life that I have went to anytime I'm feeling anything. And we all go through those things. We all feel all type of emotions. But when you grab a good piece of music, sometimes you put it on repeat. And sometimes it's just not the words, because sometimes people just listen to the music first because it grabbed them. But eventually, when they listen to the lyrics, then either they go, okay, I can really deal with this, or I don't think I like this song that much because now I really know the understanding and the meaning of these songs. People play music at all different types of events. They play when people are at funerals. They play music when people are born. They play music at family reunions. They play music at gatherings. You can go to a club and they got music blasting in there. Why? Because they want to evoke and feed on the emotion of the time. And the reason why people are feeding on the emotion of the time is because everybody's having a collective shared experience. And that's something that music has been able to do since the beginning of time, is to captivate, mold, and shape people throughout their life. Some music can make or break you. Some music can make you do some things that you feel like you were not able to do. Athletes use music a lot. They use music anytime they're either working out or they're going through practice or they're going to a game or they're doing anything. Anything that they're doing at that point in time, music is very pivotal. And you wonder sometimes why they have such a understanding of music, because at that raw moment of themselves, when they're preparing for something, they are looking for something that's going to mold and shape them. And when they have that thing that molds and shapes them, what it does is it can bring out certain things from them that they're seeking that's deep within. If you're struggling to deal with some sort of heartbreak, loss, something that just happened to you, music is a great way to go. It's a great outlet for you. A lot of times when people are in mental health institutions or situations and you play music, it changes their mood. And it changes their mood that either be great, where they're settling down and they're calming down, or it'll amp them up. So I made a post the other day and it said my playlist is bipolar. Sometimes I'm going through something to deal with depression. Sometimes I'm just chilling. And the other time is when I'm really gangster. And you think about that, a lot of people have that. A lot of people have an open mind and an open concept when it comes to the music that they listen to. But music just doesn't belong to one person. Doesn't belong to one culture. It belongs to everybody. I like to play all different types of music. I like to discover all different types of music because I want to have an open mind, because there's all kind of things that's out there we can grab and learn from. Because if we're using this human experience to help mold and shape everybody, music is a great brown grape. It's great. People don't understand that. Some people think that music is just something that I'm just doing. No, music has helped you through a lot of things. You understand that there are certain generational people, and I'm going to tap into this in a second, certain generational people that have been in your lives that have used that because that's one of the only other things that they had. You had somebody that want to speak out on a particular thing like civil unrest, wars, poverty, things like that. Let's think about Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Okay, he was talking about, and it was a protest song about the war at the time, right? And the reason why it was so impactful is because in that time and who he was speaking to his community. But that song transcended all kind and all types of cultures and its actual time. You can put that song on right now, and there's people my age that's gonna jam to it. Why? Because at that time when it came out, it resonated with the people that were living in that moment. And those people that lived in that moment, they passed it down to them. And they pass it down to us. A lot of times in the African American culture, even in other cultures, you will tend to listen to songs that came out in the 50s or the 40s, or sometimes even in the 20s and the 30s. Because when music first became to the mainstream, it was something that was used as form as entertainment. It was used as a form to get the knowledge out and the understanding out, because a lot of people didn't have a voice to stand or sit in front of a camera with a mic, just like I am, and be able to say the things freely as they wanted to. So their outlet was to use music as a tool and as a resource to reach and grab people so that they knew and understand what was going on, how they can deal with it, and what they can do to move on from that. Music is a great way to mold and shape people, as I said before. How is it going to mold you? Okay, here we go. Music can mold you as the person that you are on a path that you're on right now. Music is a great ally for you. Music is going to be an ally for you because you're going to look into some things within yourself and you're going to wonder, why am I dealing with certain things, or why do certain things keep happening to me? And the next thing you know, there's a song that you discover and it captures everything that you were feeling at that time. So that goes to show you it's just not me having a single solitary moment. Other people have shared this moment just like I am. They're putting it into song, and I feel what they're saying. I have embraced those words 100% because of the conditions that I grew up in, because of the conditions that I'm living. And it's the experience that I have right now that's shared just like someone else's experience. Love songs is a big one. You have a love song that's out there and people see and understand that I was in that position too, or I'm elated with this person and I feel certain things and it's making me evoke certain emotions and things like that because this song or these songs or this artist has grabbed and said some things that I particularly have not had the voice to say. I may not be able to have the right words to say these things. So I may send this song to somebody that I'm enamored with or I want to be with, and it's going to tell them how I feel about them. And if they're truly listening to it, then maybe they can tap in to where I am as a person and how I see them and how I view them. So a lot of times when we're using music and people are using music, they're using it to speak for them. When people are using music to speak for them, it opens up a myriad of doors for them and that other person or the people that they're interacting with. I can go to a club, listen to a song. Club music is getting the party going, keeping things going. Sometimes they play the music so it can get out there. It's brand new music. So the favorite artist or the artist that's playing right now can get more radio spins, it can get more publicity, it can get out there. What it does is it's going to reach the people at that point in time. Why? Because the people that are in there have a shared experience for whatever shared experience that may be. And depending on certain groups or certain avenues or where you're going or certain types of clubs where you go, that's going to evoke something from them. You can go to a lounge. That lounge music is going to play different type of music. People like it mellow and slow. Some people like to go to active clubs. What they're going to do, they're going to play loud music. It's going to get you to forget or tell what you go through. Or maybe this person that's rapping about something has the same background that I have and also has the same things that I'm going through right now. And I resonate with that. I can resonate with what people say in the music that they're playing. I can resonate with how they feel because they have captured and captivated me to listen more. And then I start to tap into more music that they're playing because now if I grab an artist that has been able to do that, then I can go ahead and I will become a fan. And not just a fan of them, but the fan of how they present things. And sometimes when people are presenting things to us, they present it in a way that's appealing to us, and it makes us either know and understand that I'm not alone. Somebody else has the same feeling and emotions that I have. That's an easy way for me to be able to deal with some things that I wasn't ready to deal with. Sometimes when people do those things, it opens up that door, like I said, and it helps them figure out the way to go. And with music, that is no shortchanging of anything. Music is something that we all have that helps us. And there's all kind of genres of music. There's old school, there's 90s, there's R&B, there's hip hop, there's rap, there's gospel, there's country, there's folk, there's instrumental music, there's jazz. Everything has a genre. And the only reason why it has a genre is because they want to put it in a category, in a box, and not just to say, we're going to have all this music together because it's similar to what you're listening to, but it's different in a sense. But it doesn't matter what type of genre it's in. All music is the same. has a story, has a beginning, has a middle, has an end. It has a storyteller. That storyteller can be very powerful in the story that they're telling. And what that storyteller is going to do is it's going to share what they're going through, their shared experience, just like you, but it's also going to do something for you because it may leave you feeling the same type of feeling that they have, or something where it's going to be something it's going to help you in that present moment. If you have a favorite type of music, a favorite type of artist, or any type of thing, and you go to their concert, because concerts are big, and a lot of people go to concerts. A lot of people pay good money to go to these concerts, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to go support somebody who's been there or who resonates with you. And when you go to those concerts, sometimes you have concert goers that just go there and they just want to be seen. No, there's a reason why you're here. You're not here just for this person. You're here for the message that they're getting across to you. And the message that they've gotten across to you has helped you in some way, fashion, or form, that now you're in this arena with other people that you're sharing this experience. And I'm just going to sit there like this and, oh, this is cool. No, get out there. Let it move through you. Music is a spiritual, wholesome, soulful thing. Doesn't matter what it is. Some people go to concerts and they let loose. They go wild. That's okay. That's what you're there for. You paid your money. You came to see this person. This person has done something for you. Some people, you think about a long time ago, back in the 80s. Michael Jackson was a very powerful person when he was on stage. Whitney Houston was a very powerful person when he was on stage. People would do everything and anything they could to go to those concerts. And when it did, that shared and shaped them more than them listening to an album or anything that they released out of a studio. Because it's now I can see this person. Now it's something I can hold. I can hold this memory. This memory is going to be something that's going to hold and shape me long time from now. I just saw on Instagram yesterday where Ice Cube was talking to Bootsy Collins. You know who Bootsy Collins is? Bootsy Collins is a bad dude. He's a very bad dude. Played in the James Brown band. He played in James Brown band. And Ice Cube was introducing Bootsy to some of his family members. So he introduced Bootsy to one of his sisters and his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law said, I couldn't see you in 73, but I see you right now. And I feel real good that I seen you. It even took over that I couldn't see you then, but I'm happy I got a chance to see you now. And that the look on that man's face said everything that I'm trying to encapsulate right now. That music shaped and molded that man because it touched him in a way that it made him feel different about himself. It may have inspired him to do something. It may have molded and shaped his musical palette for his generation, for their kids or their household, or even people when they have social gatherings. It's a shared semblance with somebody else. Let me go ahead and put this song on. And sometimes when you put music on, they'll say, what you know about that? I'm going to tell you what I know about this. Because if I play this song, or sometimes you could play a song and the beginning will make you stop. It will make you feel something that what you already know, and you sing everything to the top of your lungs. Now, I can't say I'm a good singer, but you play some music when the shower going, I can sing just better than everybody else. I don't even care because I'm in my element. When you're in your vehicle and you singing songs, you don't care who there. Why? You're having a moment. And it's okay to have a moment. It's okay to have a human experience with having that moment because that particular piece of music has done something for you. It makes you feel something otherworldly that you wouldn't necessarily feel on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes it's my refuge because it can be my sanctuary. It can be my lifeline. It can be something that's going to keep me going. Music molds and encapsulates everything that we want as humans. I spoke of Marvin Gaye. I spoke of Michael Jackson. People used to faint a long time ago when Michael Jackson was standing on stage. He ain't had to say a word, but just his mere presence because of how he went about his business will make them do that. People talk about Whitney Houston, same thing. You can talk about Anita Baker. You could talk about anybody back then. You could talk about when rap first started, with with the Furious Five and Grandmaster Flash. You can talk about all these people that come out there. You talk about the R&B artists that are out there, like D'Angelo, with all these other people that are out there, they have a root in something because all that music started from somewhere. And long time ago, it started back in this continent called Africa. That has been called many different things. That's where it started. Beats and drums is where it starts. If you notice, the first thing that grabs you is the percussion. The percussion moves you. When you have that percussion hit you, and you can say I can't dance or whatever, but if it moves you and makes you go, you dancing. It makes you do other things that you didn't necessarily think that you would do. To the point to where sometimes you feel possessed or taken over by this music. And what it does is it gives you a soulful connection with that person. And that soulful connection is going to make me feel so good at that time because it's something that I needed. It's something that I craved. If I want to listen to something that's going to give me something that's going to help me at that time, I'm going to turn it on. I want to clean up my house. What I'm going to do? I'm going to turn on a certain type of music and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to let it play. I ain't going to pick out no playlist. I'm going to pick a song and it's going to run. And we're going to go with that. You get in your car, you go on a road trip. What you do? You put on a playlist or you just put random and you going. You get on an airplane, you put your earbuds in, you put your headphones on. What you do? You rolling. Why? You want to be taken to a different place in a different space. It helps you. You're going through depression. What you do? You got your 5 songs or 7 songs that's going to help you. That's going to mold and shape how you feel right at that moment. It's going to help you. You're going through a triumph. You just had success. What you do? You turn on the music loud and proud, and what you do? You go through that, you handle it, and you singing and you rapping every lyric as it is, just as if you're the one who wrote it or you're the one who performed it, because you're having your own moment in that own time living your human experience. Music is a very powerful tool that we have. Some people don't understand how powerful it is, but to know the power that music has over us and for us is to be studied. People have music theory classes in college. That class needs to be taught in public school because I don't think people understand that music has a healing component to it. And when I say healing, it's going to touch your soul and your spirit a certain way. Now that's not a religious thing, but that's a fact. That is a fact. I could turn on music right now and I could play something and it's going to get going. And the first thing that's going to happen is some people are going to be like, yeah, I like that song. Or you could play something if you're just sitting around somewhere like, what's the name of this song? Or sometimes if you're scrolling on Instagram and or Facebook or whatever social media that you hear. TikTok is good for that because if you play a song on TikTok, it'll show what the song is. And what it will do is, if it piques your interest, you start looking into that. I like that. Who's this person? Where's this person from? Well, let me see what it's about. And sometimes when you pick that person, then you start going to similar artists that's just like that. That's why music is for everybody. It doesn't matter. I just discovered this hip hop artist from this person that lives in Australia. And she was talking about this dude raps just like Larry June. Just like him. Sounds just like him. But this dude is a little different. But it's the same thing. Music can grab you. It will help you. I love old school music, but I love jazz too. I've always have. Right? Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly album. That has a jazz influence. To get to you. That was powerful. You think of any other artist, they use a lot of old school music. Like I said earlier, back in the 90s, people sampled a lot of music. They sampled a lot of old songs. And now a lot of those old songs to help tell their story, to get you and grab you, to listen to this, to make this become more homely to you, I'm going to grab this song. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to play this excerpt because it's going to make you feel something. And then when you discover that original artist, you're like, oh, this is jamming. I like this. I can get into this. Oh, let me see what else they got going on. And then you share this when you listen to somebody, because you may be playing at somebody. It grabs somebody's attention. Oh, I like that. What's that? Well, let me tell you about this person. I heard this so-and-so. Here, let me send you something else. And the next thing you know, they're running with it. I love underground music too. And no type of music that's undiscovered than the people that work hard, that have underground music, underground hip hop, underground R&B, underground jazz, all that stuff. That's all the underground. The reason why it's called underground is because it's not on the mainstream platform. But there's a lot of good music there. There's a lot of good music everywhere. And music just doesn't stop with one particular culture. It has a beginning and a root in Africa, but it is spread everywhere from there. It has. Grab a piece of music, listen to it, study it, know it, feel it, understand it. Go from there. A lot of the people that I have on my shirt right now, they're musicians. I have another shirt about rappers. Had the same thing. These people have molded and shaped a lot of people and a lot of things that they've gone through. And all these artists are all icons in their own way because they were able to grab, mold, and shape people in the way in that time. For that, disco music back then got people moving. Rapping in its early stages told a story. Songs gave you feeling, emotion, let you know how it feels to be in love with someone, have to deal with a breakup, and also feel with the loss and the tragedy. You have all that. They spoke about all these other things. Music is a very powerful tool that we don't know how powerful it is. And sometimes we can be sitting and we have nothing to do. And I want to play some music and it'll shape and change my mood. It will change how I feel about things. It is a great mood stabilizer. Not medicine, but music can be a great mood stabilizer. It can calm me down when I feel like I'm amped up. It can make me motivated when I feel like I ain't got no battery in my back. It can make me feel something like I can deal with this. I can get through this. It has all these other things. But cultural influence and cultural element that's in there shapes and molds how the music is brought to the mainstream. Look at your culture. Look at the cultures that are around. Look at the regions that the music comes from. Why is that music so powerful and impactful? The reason why it is because it has grasped other people outside of that. There's no other time than back in the 40s to the 70s when music was at its golden age. You had the people that were writing songs that are still lasting till this day. People still quoting songs from way back then. I did a couple times, like just early in this show. People are using that. People can go to, oh, these are the oldies. You don't know nothing about that. No, this is all good music. It's all good music. All this music is good. The reason why, it's going to make you feel something. You're going to get something from it. A lot of DJs, they go crate digging. And the reason why they go crate digging is because they're trying to capture a sound for something that they hear in the music. Even producers of music, they do the same thing. That's how they get to sampling. That's how they get to mold and shape some of the concepts of some of the albums that are out there. You look at Taylor Swift as one of the most high grossing sales people in music. She's a great performer. She's out there. She's doing her thing. That music transcends town. It also transcends cultures. She can go and play anywhere. Some of the artists that are out there, like Kendrick Lamar and SZA, they're on tour right now. They can grab people right now because of the music they're playing. Not only are they great artists, but the music that they're putting out grabbed people and helped them with what they're dealing with at that time. The development of that says it's a lot about them. And if you look at their beginning, it's a lot similar to a lot of people that are listening to the music. They resonate with it. I have a shared similarity with this person. Excuse me. I like this person because this person has a particular background that I do. You ever notice nowadays when you have some kids listen to some music, and now when you're in your older age, you sound like now someone in your previous generation that said, I don't understand this music. And then you said as a response, well, this music is not for you to understand because the music has changed in this generation. We respect the music that they play. We may not understand it, but we respect it. And that music is going to do something for them in their time. They're going to transcend with the things that they're doing. And then when they become our age, they're going to do it for their offspring or that next generation because the same thing is going to do that. Music will always be around. Music will not stop until everything is no more. It is a very powerful thing that people do not know and understand why it's important, right? You want to have the things to know and understand why music is important. I talked a little bit, or I touched on this thing about music theory. Music theory is important to know and understand is how I compose the words I need to compose, how this melody and how this chord is going to get through, and how I'm going to mix and master this piece of art. And that is what music is. Music is a piece of art that is molded and shaped for everyone. If I'm a painter and I paint a piece of material and I paint it on canvas, and now all the world can come to see, and now everybody from all different cultures, all different walks of life, they're embracing it because they're going to get something different from that. Don't music do the same thing? Five of us can listen to the same piece of music. We're all going to get a different thing from that piece of music, but we're going to have something that we have in common, that we really like that song, or we like that melody, or we like the words that are being said. But we're all going to take something different from it based on the things that we've gone through. We may not have gone particularly through the same thing, but it's going to be something similar. And that way we can be our own little mini community, listening, talking, and breathing and living with what we have. And that's very important. And I don't think people understand and grasp how they have been molded and shaped with music in their lives. What music did you play today? What music have you listened to in the last week? How has it helped you on your day-to-day struggle? And when I say struggle, it could be a struggle with anything. Sometimes people play music to get their day started. Sometimes people play music when they get in the car because they got to have a certain song to get their mind ready to go deal with either the job they're going to deal with or some of the things they got to go through. Some people play music on a different type of music on their way home because they want to mellow down. Some people play music when they get in the house because they want to deal with some of the things that they've dealt with. They may have a drink. They may play some soft music. They may play some other type of music because it's going to captivate and it's going to tell their story for their day. The most powerful people that are out there can share a great story. Not just someone who can grab something and say, I'm going to teach you about this thing right here because it's not going to pique our interest. But something that's going to get us moving, something that's going to shape us, something that's going to build within us, that is music, we're going to grab that. We're going to hold on to it. It's going to help us throughout everything that we're going through. And music has a powerful element to that. Speaking of elements, talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire. Talk about their concept. Talk about how you can play a song from Earth, Wind, and Fire and it's going to start jamming. You're going to start thinking about a previous time or the first time that you heard this, or the memory that you have that. It will shape all your previous memories or any future memories you're going to have. It's going to mold and shape your present time as well. Because what that's going to do is this helped me right now, and I'm going to go and I'm going to move forward with that. I keep saying the word help, and I keep saying that I'm trying to get to a certain point that people understand. Music is therapy. Music is therapy for everybody. Music is healing for everybody. Music molds everybody. It shapes us. Do not be blinded by just your music. And there's a lot of times when people are so critical of the music that you listen to. You don't have to worry about the music that I listen to. I'm on my own path. We live a similar life, but I have my own path. We may not have the same type of musical taste. My mind is a little bit more open than yours, but that doesn't mean that you can't branch out and you can listen to some things as well that's outside of what people have placed on you. See, that's a major thing that people don't get either. I can't like a particular music because of my color or my race or how I was raised. That's BS. You can like whatever music that grabs you. You can love and listen and sing whatever music that shapes you. That doesn't make you weird, different, or anything else. That makes you a human. And if it wasn't out there for you to have that experience, then why was that music created? That music was created to grab the masses, not one particular culture or region. It's for everybody. So don't listen to someone if they say, why you listen to this type of music or what type of music is that? Because their minds aren't open yet to the idea and the fact that other type of music can inspire me. It can grab me. It can make me feel something about somewhere or something else from somebody. Everybody has that. because we're all having this shared human experience. And music is something that has helped all of us in our day-to-day thing, in our day-to-day time, in our day-to-day moments, in our day-to-day things. So let's transition real quick. Okay, let's transition real quick. I want to bring something out here I saw. So let me pull this up real fast. Because music is something that we use. Because you think about in movies, they use certain type of music to transition the scene, or they use it to bring out more of a feeling of a certain scene. And people see that, and they know and they understand that this is going to grab me, right? Okay, so a couple of things about music. It's good for mood regulation. Music can soothe, energize, and inspire, influencing mood and emotional states. I said that, right? It helps and shapes my mood. It will help and shape how I feel about myself. It will help and shape how I'm going about my day. But what it's going to do is it's going to stabilize my emotions. I need that. I need that. It's a stress reducer. Listening to music can help relax the body and mind, reducing stress, anxiety, and even physical pain. Those are human things we all have, that no matter where we are, no matter who we are, no matter what we have, we all feel that. That's a great stress reliever, okay? For the cognitive enhancement, music improves memory, attention, and brain function, particularly for children. Think about this. Those who have been pregnant, the women that are out there that have been pregnant, if you play music for the child that's in your womb and the child starts moving, it is the beat that's getting them to move. What's also getting them to move is the rhythm. And what that will do is that molds and shapes and grabs their attention. Way back then, you ever understand that sometimes when you were in the womb, a certain music that was played while you were in there has shaped you as well. And then sometimes we are so enamored how babies can pick up, or toddlers can pick up songs and things like that. It's because they're already open. They're innocent. That has already started their process when they were in the womb. When life is beginning for them, what are we introducing to them? We're introducing something that transcends time, space, and cultures. Something that's good for everybody. And they share that with us. You can get in your car, you can see it move, or the person that you're with, they'll say, hey, look at what the baby's doing. And you know that the baby's moving from music, and they'll do that. We see all these things, or all types of different posts from people, of small children, singing songs, listening to songs, or even jamming to it. And they'll say, this kid is this person's favorite fan, and all this other stuff. It's because that music has grabbed them. Music is something for everybody. It has no age judgment. It has no creed judgment. I'm going to say it again. It doesn't belong to one particular race or creed. Music belongs to all of us because all of us are human in this human experience. Okay? Creativity and imagination. Music can stimulate creative thinking and imagination, both for musicians and listeners. You ever notice how some musicians have changed from one album to the next because they're going to grow based on the experience? So if I'm an artist and I just came out and I put my first album out there to grab, because see, sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes the music that is out there, it may not particularly be the music that they want to create because they have a different vision for the music that they're out there. So sometimes they may sign a deal and have these albums that are out there, and they play these particular albums and they produce these albums, and then they have an album that changes. That's more to their liking. Think about Outkast. I love Outkast. One of the biggest fans. I love them. The first couple albums that they had are similar. But then eventually they started branching and started to be a little different. Some people don't like it because they're not open-minded. That people change too. Artists change. They're not going to be the same. You can't live that same life that you had when you first began. When you first became a professional musician and you have an album that's out, anything that's the same, you're going to lose the people that you've grabbed. You're going to lose them. If I'm talking about the same thing, I'm going to lose you. You're not going to be interested. Nothing that I'm saying is going to bring you back to anything or any point that I'm trying to make. And eventually, I'm just going to fizzle out. That's what happened to a lot of one-hit wonders that are out there. You don't want to say one-hit wonder is because people are trying to push a different agenda with those one-hit wonders, because what they're producing, they just want to be famous. To get to a certain level, it takes time. Musicians that are doing that, they've put in the time, they've put in the effort, and they've gone there. People don't understand and know that it took Kendrick about 7 or 8 years before he even got to the spot that he was from his first album. That man put out a bunch of mixtapes that are out there that now they're coming out. There's a lot of unreleased music that he has because they haven't been mastered. But the ones that are mastered, now people are seeing this finished product that he has, but it took time for him to get there. It took time for everybody to get there. People go on American Idol. Those people are raw too. The people that were winners for American Idol. It takes time for them to have their voice, for them to grab the people that need to grab. You think about the people who have been able to be in that industry for years. They've been different. Every other album. No two albums are the same. They grow when you grow. You grow when they grow. You become their biggest fan. Sometimes you're like, I'm a little disappointed how they feel. You don't understand that life changed for them too. They've had different experiences after that album. And sometimes they have a bunch of music that's unreleased that they really feel good about, that they will go back and they will bring it out. And you'll think, oh, this is a new song. This is something I was already working on, that I brought out, that I want to have already, because at a particular time, I felt that way. And now I'm bringing it out right now. And now that I bring it out right now, it's a perfect time for me to bring it out, because now it's going to grab more people. More people are going to resonate with what I'm saying. More people are going to feel what I'm feeling at that time. And I may still be feeling that right now. But deep down inside, we finna have a shared semblance. We have an understanding of what's going on. And it's going to help me. And it's going to help you, the listener. Right? So we want to get to that. As I said before, it sparked and shaped cultural change and activism. Right? But a good thing about music, it's for everybody. Music is for us all. Music is for everyone. Do not let anyone shortchange your musical taste. Your musical taste is something that's all yours. I remember an old teammate in college of mine. He had an old iPod way before the touch, the rotary dial one. And I had one of those. And on that iPod had all types of music on it. And then when I lost it, I felt like, man, I just lost a key piece of me. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. The music that was on there at that time will tell you a lot about who I was at that moment. And a lot of times of the music we listen to right now is where we are at this moment, or some things that we've been through in the past. And we want to shape the path that we're on for something else later on and in the future. But the music that we have, and getting on that music I had on the iPod, was everything to me. I listened to that thing until the battery was just trash. Didn't want to change it. I just kept it plugged up. Why? Because the music that was on there meant something to me at that time. And I can't tell you, the old one, I believe it was a 30 gig. Right? So they came in 30, 80, and 120 gigs. So it was like a 30 gig one. The old brick ones, right? Looked like just an old brick. But it had over 50,000 songs on it. Over 50,000 songs with all types of music. And this goes back to my old teammate from a text message that he sent to our group. He says, you ain't got to worry about what's on my iPod. That's the music for me. And that says a lot. Now to this day, this man said this way back in the early 2000s. We're in 2025 right now. And that's still prevalent today. You ain't got to worry about what I got on there. Just know at one point in time, this is where I was. This helped me. This shaped me. And it may help you. And I'm going to get you out there. And I may post that. I post a lot of music on the post that I put on Instagram because I like it. I like all type of music. Sometimes it's going to grab people. It's going to make people see the post. Some people may not see it. They may like it. They may be like, oh, I'm not with that. But it's out there. At one particular time, it's going to mean something. I don't know. They may like the song. Some people have asked me, who was this artist that you play? And I'll send it to them. That's what it's about. It's a shared semblance with someone else. It's going to grab them. It's going to mold and shape them. But I'm going to leave you with this right here. Music is for everyone. Music is not just for one person. It is not for one culture. It's not for one race. It's not for one region. All music transcends time, and good music that becomes great music is for everyone. It's for anyone that has something that they want that's in them, either to come out, something for them to deal with, or for something that's going to mold and shape them on this path called life. That's the show for today. Thank you for watching. If you watched it live, I appreciate you. If you didn't watch it live, you're going to watch it on the YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. You can leave a comment. I don't care about comments. Comments, good and bad, doesn't matter. Leave them out there. Join me next week when my next show is going to be on fantasy and reality. I'm AP for the Black Male Podcast. And as always, be good to yourself and be good to others. Peace.